What's up, guys? Coach Matt and yougoprobaseball.com here again with Matt Antonelli, Major League middle infielder for the Padres organization. We played together in the Padres organization, and he's got a YouTube channel as well, Antonelli Baseball. I'll leave his link down in the description. Go check it out. A lot of good stuff over there. But today, he's going to show us an infield drill.
Sure.
What do you got?
So we're going to talk about a hands routine that we do. We do this every single day. This is the first thing that we do. And the way I tell guys, whether it's playing catch, right? A lot of players, when they play catch, they just think it's oh, let's just go get loose, right? And that's a time to get a lot of really quality reps in. It's the same thing with these hands routines. So sometimes you'll see guys get into these routines and it's like, oh, I just got to get my hands loose, and they just do whatever. If you do it, if you take this drill and you work on, the 4 or 5 things we talk about, you can then translate that to the game. You will no doubt become a better fielder. But if you just go through it, it's not so much the drill, it's what are we doing in the drill that makes us a better infielder. So it's really, really key to think about that. So we do these every day. It's the first thing we do before we ever go to any type of roll ground balls or fungal ground balls. We always start with this. So we start on our knees, so I'll explain it real quick and then we can demonstrate a couple. So this actually works out perfect. If you're outside and you can put your knees on the grass and field off the dirt, what it's gonna do, if you set up about 6 inches or so behind, it's gonna force you to get your hands out front. So really good, if you're inside and you don't have this grass dirt, you can put a line. If you can find a line, you wanna be behind the line, make sure you're fielding in front of the line. All right, so the first thing, we go on our knees, and we do it 3 different ways. We go bare hand. So the bare hand idea is we want to try to field the ball in the same point every single time. So I tell the guys you want to field it right off of your index finger, right here. And so if I can get the ball to be fielded here consistently over and over again, then I'm going to be able to control the ball, get the ball into my bare hand much more consistently. Where you see a lot of players struggle is when one ball they field here and one ball is over here and then one ball is over here, and now the ball jiggles around as I'm trying to transfer it. And once I can't get the transfer, now I start to rush, I start to panic, and I start throwing balls all over the place. So we start bare hand to work on that. Then we go with a flat glove, and the flat glove is just working on that exchange from, again, glove to bare hand. And any ball we field in the framework of our body, we're never going to close the glove. So the flat glove's kind of cool to be able to just work on that deflection, and then we'll finally put the glove on and field. All right, so what we're going to do is you partner up. You want to jump out there, we'll show real quick, and then we'll talk about some things. So the first one we do is you're going to have both balls. And again, let's go bare hand for this at first. So all your partner's gonna do is roll the ball to you. And you're gonna be set up just like this. The couple things we talk about is having our chest over so we can get our hands out front. I wanna be able to see the ball and my hands at the same time at all times, okay? I wanna have my hands out front, not so much extended that I feel like I get stiff here. I wanna be extended with a slight bend in my arm, so now I can have nice, soft, quick hands, okay? So all your partner's gonna do, move in just a little bit, right there. So he's just gonna roll your ball, very simple. We start out with balls right on the ground, okay? So I'm in position here, he rolls the ball, I'm gonna field the ball. When I field the ball, I'm gonna bring the ball right to the middle of my body. So right to the star on my shirt, whatever the player has right here, we tell him bring it right to your logo. As I'm bringing the ball here, my elbows are gonna start to turn out a little bit so that I can get the ball into a good position to break. All right, so I bring the ball here, and then all I'm gonna do is dart throw it back to him, and he's gonna roll the next ball. So we just boom, back, and just over and over again. So all I'm working on right here is good glove positioning, good posture, chest over here, hands out front. I can see the ball and the glove or my hand at the same time. Again, I'm working on getting it off my index finger. I'm working on having soft hands and bringing it to the same point every single time. And then I'm just giving it back. So we can get in 100 reps of these in literally a minute, maybe a little bit more. All right, so we start with that, then we go flat glove, then we go real glove. And as you get better at it, you can get the tempo going to where it's literally balls are going real fast, but I'm always making sure I'm making the mechanical parts of the drill always remain the same. Don't just get out here and just start doing this because now I'm not working on anything. So we start with that. We go bare hand, flat glove, regular glove. Once we do that, usually we'll have the player stand up. And now once we get up, we can work on the same type of things, but now we've got the whole body incorporated. So we're gonna start again, rolling regular ground balls. And now what I'm thinking about doing is I'm gonna spread my feet a little bit wider. I'm gonna have my chest over. I'm gonna have my hands out. My glove positioning now, let's just say we have the glove on. I'm gonna have my hand just off center. So instead of being here, 6 and 12, I just off center it a little bit. That frees my hands up to be nice and quick. If I'm too much like this and I go to receive the ball here, I get stiff, my elbows kind of hit me in the stomach, and I can't be really quick getting the ball to the middle so I can transfer it out. All right, so we do the same exact thing, but now what we do is we get our feet in position to throw. So if you go ahead and roll me one right here, I'm gonna be down here, so I field the ball, I'm gonna bring the ball to the middle of my body, and now once I do that, I'm just gonna replace my feet. So I'm gonna take my right foot to my left foot, and my left foot to my target, and I'm gonna break my hands thumb down. And then once I do that, I just flip it back, I get back down again, I get in position, I bring the ball here, go. So I just went a little bit quicker. So that's all I'm doing, is I'm just working now. I worked on all the fundamentals here. Now I'm putting my feet into it. I'm working on transfers. I'm working on footwork, gaining distance towards my target and direction. Again, I don't want to cross over, and I don't want to step behind. If I just take my right to my left and my left to my target, I'm on target. My shoulder's locked on. Everything that I want to do in the game is happening right now. All right, so we'll do that where we're standing up. We'll go backhands and forehands also. So that footwork, no matter the ball, can I borrow the ball real quick? No matter the ball, if I field here, so if I'm gonna go forehand work, all I'm gonna do after we field there is just pivot my feet, play down low, extend it. I'm gonna be just out in front of my left foot. And now when I receive that ball, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna take right to left, left to target. If I'm working on backhand, I can go right foot in front or left foot. You've gotta be able to field both. If I'm here, right here, I field the ball and I can just go right to my target. Or if I'm here, I go right to left. So I'm working on all different plays, whether it's in the middle of my body, extended forehand, extended backhand. Once I go forehand, backhand, it's a one-handed play. Anything in the middle of my body, it's a two-handed play. And the only other thing that we'll do is, and you could kind of see it there, we don't even have to, when you're outside, you just roll it and you're gonna get different hops. If you're inside, you can work on a couple rolled, you can work on a couple of bounce where it's a short hop, right? And so if that ball is gonna bounce, what we're trying to do is always field the ball either on a short hop or on a long hop. So the long hop's the ball that bounces way out there, just goes in my glove. The short hop is the ball that's gonna bounce about right here, boom, and right in my glove. The in-between hop is that ball that's gonna bounce kind of in between those two spots and kind of eat me up. So when I'm here and I'm working on anything, you're gonna give some rolls that go right in my glove, some long hops, some short hops, and then a couple that are gonna be kind of in between. And they're hard to kind of get it, but if you do enough reps out here, you'll get them. And those are the ones where I'm just gonna, I call it pinching through the ball a little bit. So I'm just gonna pinch the short hop right here. I'm gonna try to create, if the ball's gonna hit there, I don't wanna sit back here and get caught in between. I'm gonna try to work through it. I'm gonna shorten the hop that way, this way, or even two-hand that way.
You know, hearing you talk now, one of the videos that I love on your channel the most,
Yeah.
and it's an old one, and I've probably showed it to 200 different players of mine, is, I forget the exact title name, but it's about creating space
Yeah.
when you're fielding the ball.
Yeah.
I forget who it was. LSU short, was it Bregman?
It might have been Bregman, I can't remember.
Did
But
he
I know,
play at LSU?
yes.
And so it was talking about that in-between
Yep.
ball and either coming through it or creating space, because we don't necessarily, we always hear coaches say, charge the ball, get through the ball, blah, blah, blah. But this was a great video. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah. So as an infielder, my job is to dictate the hop. What a lot of guys do is the ball's hit, they just get ready to field it. If it's a good hop, they field it, they throw them out. If it's an in-between hop instead of a long hop or a short hop, they take it off the chest and they go, oh, this field stinks. You know, somebody raked the field. As an infielder, I have to dictate the hop, so I'm moving my feet. So the ball's being hit and I'm attacking the ball, but as I'm attacking it, I'm figuring out, okay, here comes the ball, I'm reading the hops. Do I need to step up to get the short hop or the long hop? Do I have to back up? Do I have to slow down? Do I have to speed up? And so a lot of times, you know, here comes the ball. I may have to, if the ball's gonna hit there and I go, oh man, I'm gonna get an in-between hop there. Well, then I better step up and get that off and create a short hop, right? Or, especially at the corner positions, but sometimes in the middle, But especially at third base, all of a sudden the ball's hit really hard, right? And you're like, oh man, that ball's gonna be an in-between hop. Instead of just becoming a goalie, right? A lot of times at youth levels, they'll praise that. Like the guy will go like this, and whack, hits him, and the guy gets a hit on it, and they'll go, way to get in front of it. Well, all you had to do was you see the ball being hit. If you just drop step and create space, and now turn that in-between hop to a long hop, boom, I got it, and now I throw him out. Instead of being a goalie and say, great job, we just say, hey, use your feet, try to create the hop. Now, you can't always do it, and it's a tough play, but if you get enough reads, when I'm hitting fungos, I'm not just trying to hit nice, easy ground balls. I'm trying to hit some top spin. I'm trying to hit as much as I can, create different hops so that they've got to read it. Back up, come forward, create the hop.
So, Antonelli, when he was explaining coming through the ball, he was giving you a thought process that he was going through, and it doesn't really, you're not really thinking about it in a game that way. You're not really like, should I come through it and should I step back? It's more instinctual at that point, right?
Yeah.
Is there any way you could practice that?
Yeah, so it's all done in practice. That's why I was saying earlier, you've got to practice every single ball you can get. A lot of times practice is kind of unrealistic. It's like, okay, we're going to hit 10 balls at you. We field the ball 10 balls to our left, 10 balls to our right. I like to try to make practice a little bit more unpredictable, where you can do that to work on some of the footwork and stuff, but at some point you want to just get up there. I'll have somebody toss me the ball, and I'm going to just start hitting balls at guys, and now they're able to start to see different hops, and that's where they work on, do I step up, do I back up? Practice is where it's done. So one way you can do it is you read the hops by counting them. So if I'm an infielder, right, ball's hit, and as I'm approaching it, I'm counting the hops. 1, 2, 3, and I catch it on the third hop. When I do that, I start to get in tune with the ball bouncing. A lot of players, especially young players, probably don't even realize that they're supposed to be they see the ball, but they're not really in tune with the hops. They're not really trying to pick out different hops. So when you start telling guys, okay, count the hops, and they go 1, 2, oh, I see the hops now. Now I'm starting to get in tune with it. And then you can do a drill where after counting the hops, you say, okay, we're gonna catch this ball on every third hop or every fourth hop. So now the ball's hit, and they go, okay, I've got to catch it on the fourth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they start moving their feet to create long hops, short hops, all that stuff. And so that's a way to force them to say, no, you can't catch it on the second hop on the short hop. You've got to create a longer hop or whatever. So you just mix it up, have them count the hops, tell them which hop to count it on, and then just get tons and tons of reps. The best infielders are the guys. There's a reason why infielders are great. They take thousands and thousands and thousands of reps. That's the only way to kind of build that clock and build. Again, you said instinctual. Without thinking about it in the game is like autopilot. But you'll never get to autopilot if you don't practice it. If you just think you're going to go in a game and like, oh, I'm not going to think about any of this stuff, you're wrong. You're going to think about it if you've never practiced it. But if you practice it a lot, thousands of reps, you go in the game, you just let your instincts play. Just play the game, play on autopilot, and it'll happen.
I'm sure you heard that it takes 10,000 hours at something to master a skill, and I'm sure you put in far more than 10,000 hours at baseball, and that's why you made it to the major leagues. One of the things, obviously, you had a lot of talent, a lot of athleticism. Those were some great tips. Thank you, sir. Don't forget to check out Matt's YouTube channel. He's got a ton more videos over there with some great stuff, hitting stuff, fielding stuff, all kinds of stuff. And I'll leave his link down below. Make sure to go check that out. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.